Very good morning to everybody, and thanks for clicking on to the Friday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. It is the 21st of February. A warm welcome from the Intercontinental Hotel here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Yes, I am still doing daily videos despite the fact that I'm on holiday. So no matter what the weather is, no matter where in the world I am, I'm still continuing to deliver weather content here on the channel. So if you are enjoying the content, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. This is the current temperatures at the time of recording, which is actually 20 to 1 in the morning UK time, 20 to 9 here in Malaysia. We've got a very distinct west-east split across the continent on very, very cold conditions, driving in all the way down through Western Russia, Ukraine, Romania, Bulgaria, into Greece, into Turkey. And while we've got the temperatures into the low teens, anywhere from Faro and Portugal all the way up into southern England and Wales, as well as Ireland also. Looking at the upcoming 7 days, according to the CFSV2, and we've got this distinct contrast here between unusually mild conditions in the west versus unusually cold conditions east, but particularly southeast of the continent at the moment. Now, we do have a very windy and wet situation developing across the west of Europe, primarily UK and Ireland. Deep area of low pressure into the 950s and millibars. We've got this 10-20 millibar high close to the southeast of the UK versus a sub at 980 millibar low to the west of the UK and Ireland. We're squeezing the pressure field, and therefore very powerful southwesterly winds are going to be the consequence of that contrasting pressure pattern. We did see 16.4 Kinloss Murray, Aberdeenshire yesterday. What we're going to see is a potential for 16, even 17 Celsius. It would not be surprising along that Murray coast through Friday afternoon. But it is going to be wet. It is going to be windy. This is the peak wind gusts of the GFS model here through the course of today, and we've got the particularly strong winds blowing through the Irish Sea up into the North Channel. We could be talking about the 60, 70 plus mile per hour winds and exposure of southwestern England, Wales, the east coast of Ireland, up into northwestern England, southwestern Scotland. I do believe there is a wind warning in southwestern Scotland for both wind as well as rain over the next 24 hours. But as these very powerful winds are going to continue to drive very mild conditions northwards, and it's where you've got that to the lee of high ground, the potential of a 16, possibly even a 17 Celsius this afternoon. So if we look at the overview chart of the GFS model, you can see the setup that we have at the moment. We've got this band of heavy precipitation moving eastwards and northwards through the course of Friday. We are going to see some particularly notable rain, especially over the exposed hills of southwestern portions of the UK, as well as Ireland, southwestern England, etc. I've got a 957 millibar low just off the southeast of Iceland here, as can be seen, versus a 1043 millibar high pressure system over the east of the continent. This is again that piece of the tropospheric polar vortex, one over far western Asia, Eastern Europe, and the other over North America. So looking at the records in terms of temperature, we continue to see this bitterly cold conditions across much of the eastern lower 48 to the east of the Rockies. We've also got some mild records setting across parts of Western Europe. We also have some cold records setting up into the Balkan region, as well as between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. We've got some very cold conditions here. In terms of looking at the global picture, the broader picture, looking at the Northern Hemisphere over the next 7 days, and this is how it's looking. So we do have this distinct cold pool, one around the Caspian. We've got the other over the east and southeastern half of North America. We've got unusually warm conditions across the Arctic, as can be seen here. Now, as we look at the Mann-Julian oscillation, it is quite interesting how the model is indicating this rotation quite quickly into phases 2 and 3 as we progress through the next 10 to 15 days. And what's important really at the next 5 to 15 day, we're in phases 2 we're in the no phase at the moment according to ECMWF, but we go into phases 2 by the time we reach day 5. Through day 10, we're then into phases 3, and we need to watch out for the potential of something a little bit more stormy coming back in. Every time we've had this rotation into phases 3, we've seen the jet become stronger, and obviously with this cold eastern North America strengthening contrast in temperature, that therefore the consequential result is a stronger jet stream. These areas of low pressure then develop along that jet across the Atlantic, and then gets thrown towards the UK and Ireland. So we'll watch this situation developing over the next week or so. But we've got one stormy scenario through the course of today. We've also got another system that's going to move in during the course of Sunday. So if we go back to the GFS overview precip cloud temperature and pressure chart here, you can see as we move through the course of Saturday, we get a little break between the wet and windy of today and what's coming on Sunday. But you can see this deep area of low pressure very, very rapidly moving east and northeastwards here. Its associated frontal system is going to move in probably through the morning on Sunday. Isobars squeezed together once again, so gale or severe gales are going to develop quite widely across the UK, especially western areas and northern areas of the UK. But look at the pressure here dropping into the low 950s and millibars. Note the centre, again, still quite close to Iceland here, so that positive North Atlantic oscillation setup is continuing. Still cold over Eastern Europe, while we've got these deep areas of low pressure moving northwestwards or northeastwards, should I say, up towards Iceland, and we've got the southern and eastern effects of these lows over the UK as well as Ireland. In terms of the temperatures here, this is the 850s off the GFS, and you can see the this plunge of minus 10, minus 15 at 850, dropping all the way into Turkey. Very heavy snowfall around the Istanbul area. But all the while, we've got this strong southwesterly flow here, driving in that very, very mild conditions here. Continuing to play through, we're in something slightly less mild as we move towards Saturday. And then as we move towards the Sunday time frame, there's that the next lobe of mild air getting lifted up into the UK and Ireland. Not as much as what we're seeing today, but it's actually once this cold front moves through, we're back into something slightly fresher towards the final days of February. So we've got this surge of mild next several days, but then as once that Sunday system then clears out of the way, it looks as if we're tapping into something colder that will essentially bring us towards the end of February with regards to a much, even slightly colder than average, because of the cold that's plunging into North America and these areas of low pressure then drawn that cold off the continent of North America across the Atlantic, moderates as it crosses the Atlantic, as you know, and then it moves into Western Europe on the backside of the cold front. Continuing to play through, it looks as if we've got this contrasting setup here, mild and then cold follows the mild with the deep areas of low pressure again moving up towards Iceland. But with that phase 2 and 3 of the MJO moving into the month of March, it could be quite an interesting situation. We are going to look at the month of March in the coming days to come, so stay tuned for that. But we will continue to look at the polar vortex, the MJO, and some of the longer range stuff as we go through the next several days. So stay tuned. I hope you're enjoying the content here on the channel, and I'll be back again tomorrow with more. Bye for now.